All right, here we go. Always start off my leg days with standing hamstring curls. And let me tell you, this machine feels great. The contraction, everything. I mean, the movement is it's marvelous. It's not overbuilt like a lot of the ones you would find at like a LA Fitness or a place like that, if you can find one. I believe this machine is actually state of the art. It's pretty good, man. I'm gonna tell you this one. As far as my experience with them, they're another one of those companies that do not miss. All right, and if they are missing, they're fixing it right away. Period. All right. Period. Now, the one exercise I'm going to mention off top that's going to be missing from this day is going to be squats, which I added squats the week following this, but unrelated to training. A little bit after that, a few days later, I injured my leg to the point that I could not bend it outside of the gym, and I wasn't able to bend it for like a month and a half, and it took another month just to be able to actually start exercising and using it again. Terrible time. Pain was unendingly excruciating. The whole leg ended up swelling up. Could barely drive. Could only drive a total of maybe 20 minutes a day. And that last 10 minutes of drive time was horrible. Let me tell you. Barely made it home. Luckily, I didn't work too far from the house. So, yeah. Since this is a leg day, this is a good time to talk about something I've been asked about several times throughout the last 2 months, oddly enough. And that's going to be about my recommendations for red meat, right? So typically before a leg day, I try to have 2 meals before training. So the first meal is going to involve some kind of red meat. And the second meal is usually going to be something leaner like chicken or turkey. But if I'm having 3 meals, then I may have red meat in those first 2 meals. And again, either chicken or turkey as the protein source and the meal prior. And I space that out every 2 hours. If it's a little bit slower, every 3 hours. And yeah, I know you guys are going to say that's a little bit bro, but trust me, sometimes bro is the way to go. So, I don't know what you guys want me to say. The reason why I do that is because I feel stronger in the session. I do the same thing when I'm going to train back. I just feel stronger, pumps better. Having that food in your system really does help you be able to push, drive, and really train hard. But at the same time, red meat is good, but it's not something I personally would recommend anyone eat every day. Especially if you're not training, you may want to limit that to maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. Because my philosophy is this: if you're not using the food, you don't need to eat the food. Food is fuel. Food also is important for cultural expression. Food is recreation. Food is people. But food primarily is fuel. So, can't just be eating mindlessly, right? And the reason why I just went through all those things as to what food is because we have so many. So, the anatomy of today's session is going to be pretty much hamstrings first, and then quads. Been hitting hamstrings first the last several weeks. Something I actually am enjoying doing. It's funny, I was actually playing around doing some posing before I even started doing that whole strategy. I usually hit, like most people, quads first, but I noticed my hamstrings, for the little bit I've been doing for them over the years, has some decent growth. Before I would only do like maybe 1 or 2 exercises, and now I'm doing like 4 to 5 a session, right? So I'm just trying to see how much growth I can get out of them, actually training them and stepping it up. But I've been doing it, has obviously been enough, but I'm just trying to get to that the next level. So that's what we're going to see. I'm not planning on doing too much talking, but it is what it is. Sometimes I talk more than I need to. Not sure what's up with this. Well, since I'm over here, I'm about to try to fix it. All right, but I'm going to let you guys know also in the description, there's an opportunity presented for you guys as far as if you want to train with me from abroad. So read the description. Also, I have a discount code for Performax Labs down there, so y'all could go ahead, check that out. Bless me as you're getting blessed yourselves. Actually, right now I got Hydromax and Vasomax. So that's my pre-workout combination. It's been working great. That's what I'm drinking right now. So yeah, I just didn't get it all in before the workout today, but it works great. I recommend it. That's why I'm recommending it to you guys. But yeah, check the links in the description. Like I said, if you want to train with me via kickoff, that's going to be in there. You sign up, you get a $25 discount the first month, and on top of that, it's pretty much all access training, nutrition. You can message me there anytime. It's actually going to be cheaper than what I'm currently doing and have been doing if you just link up with me. Now, of course, it's designed to make training more cost effective, and all the details will be in there once you click on that and read through it. But I want you guys to understand that just because it's designed to be less less expensive, it's not less effective. You still get me. I'm still putting together the plans. We'll still talk and do all of that. It's just a way for me to offer training to you guys at a cheaper rate. But that's too much talking. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what I came to see, which is this footage. Yeah, that might not get fixed by me. Oh well. All right, so right here I'm setting up for the rope pull throughs, right? And yeah, when you first do these, it's definitely an odd exercise, right? Actually, I was, I believe her name was Cora. We were at the gym, right? And we were, I guess she was trying to introduce her friend to the exercise. Literally, they're like the only 2 people besides me and any client I have had at the gym that I've seen doing this exercise. Like, actually, besides the person I learned it from. So it's kind of funny. I know it's an exercise a lot of people do, but it does feel awkward when you're doing it. And whether you're a male, female, there's no way around it. You just kind of have to get used to it. But I promise you, it does work. And that's the whole thing, getting people to get past the awkwardness and realizing that it's an effective exercise. Since I've been doing this exercise, it's been a few months now. Let me tell you, my hamstrings have come up. My glutes have definitely come up. If anybody knows me, I'm like, hey, if I was a woman, I would definitely be a flat back Susie, man. So, yeah, but them glutes is looking right, man. No homo, So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Fantastic exercise. I recommend, if you're able to, you add it, right? This is me looking at the camera, if you notice, because I'm trying to get it set up right. I'm training, but I'm trying to position the camera in places I can actually see. I don't have a tripod or anything like that. Now look at this beautiful setup. If you guys have been watching, you probably realize that 580 barbell has some more room to it, right? If you're in the area, definitely check it out. I spoke with Josh. He said that he's planning on getting more pieces, and there's more pieces than what you see here already that he has added. Definitely, everything is handpicked. Everything is selected. You can tell that when you get on it, when you use it, you start your training, that someone who actually lifts put it together. They selected it, they grabbed it, they use it, they plan on it being used. This is the place that you want to be. 580 Barbell Club. Again, if you are in the area, you find yourself in Beaver County, make your way here. Hit them up on Instagram. Make your way here. That's all I gotta say. Another thing I noticed, since I started doing this exercise, my adductors have been off the chain. And I haven't been hitting them directly like I'd like to. So, start doing these.
What up, bro?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
You know that cruise mess over there? The one on the left?
How's it messed up?
It's like it came from, like, it's not on track. The bottom one came out from the pool. I try to see if you can slide it back in, but you can't.
All right, guys. So here I am, favorite of mine, lying hamstring curls. I believe this machine, Titan Fitness, so you can do leg extensions on it. I do not really prefer it for leg extensions, and I really don't prefer it for lying hamstring curls. But it does feel good. It's probably the only machine here that I really am not all the way sold on. Like if they replaced it with a different lying hamstring curl slash seated leg extension, I wouldn't be heartbroken. But I mean, that's just me, and it still gets the job done. If you watch Home Hack Gym Reviews, I believe that's what the channel's called, he kind of goes into a review of it. He goes into pretty much why I don't prefer it 100%, but I'm 80% on it. It feels good. Anything that's going to be plate loaded, if the people are remotely competent at putting it together, it's going to be good. And let me tell you, it feels similar to the bench I was using at home when actually doing the movement. So it's not bad. And of course, you guys watch the channel, so you know I just got sorry about that. Just got an email. Flu season. They want me to get my flu shot. That was from the health network that I belong to, And let me tell you guys, if you're thinking that they're not concerned about the flu still, just because we got the 1-9, you're sadly mistaken. Don't let the media outlets fool you. They're still concerned about it. I'm still seeing stuff about it, still getting calls about it, still just now getting text messages about it. So stay healthy, all right? But back to the machine. Yeah, I got a seated leg extension, lying leg curl, and seated hamstring curl. It does all that. I did a review on it. Anyway, yeah. I like the, I believe it's Life Fitness. They have one, and it's the best one that I've used. It's the best one that a lot of people I'm talking to use. But that's selected, right? That's not plate loaded, but I like it better than I like the one I bought, better than I like this one, better than the Matrix version that they had at Workout Anytime. I like it so much so that if I had the opportunity to buy one, I would buy it. But we all have our favorite pieces, and everywhere can't have it. Everywhere can't have the pieces you prefer. And again, this isn't bad, right? It's not really bad. Feels good. I like it. Still get a good contraction. So I'm not dissing this. This is just the only item I'm not completely in love with here. And it's not even bad. Like, if you use it, you're not going to have the same complaints, right? Because there's nothing to complain about. Yeah, so you probably saw at some point Josh go over there and start fixing the machine on some of the black. Yeah, I told him, he got there pretty much after I had started talking about it. And so I told him, like, hey, before he came out of this, he said that happens a lot, so he had the proper tools to fix it, so I wasn't going to mess around and mess it up or anything like that. So that's one of the good things about here, like, he's here, right? So he's not somebody who's absentee or not around. If you need something, you can either reach him pretty fast, or you just go see him for the most part. He's there. So he's like, if he's free, it seems like he's there for the most part. So you never have to worry about that at all. And like I said earlier, he has told me he's getting some new equipment that I'm very excited about. And he knows what the members like. He knows what the people who go there would be interested in. And he just knows what lifters like. That's the thing, right? He knows what to get. This is me after the pec tear, right? Trying to get back into deadlifts. So this is me doing stiff leg deadlifts. The difference between a stiff leg deadlift and a Romanian deadlift is that a Romanian deadlift doesn't touch the floor, right? It goes down to about the shin length and then back up. I always do stiff legs because I have 2 herniated discs, and Romanians really don't help me too much because I'm trying to snap my stuff up. Yeah. Also, man, these are not tight pants, sweatpants, but noticing the hamstrings got some shape to them. The hamstrings are looking pretty good. So I'm happy about that. I'm excited about that because I never noticed that. All right, so after this, we're going to move into quadriceps, but I figured I'd bring this up now. I mentioned it on Instagram, but I haven't mentioned it here. So, first and foremost, congratulations, Tony Seymour, senior. got that pro card. North Americans did not make a video since prior to that, but this is relevant because, well, one, you got that pro card. That's what's up. And two, he actually told me I was squatting one day, actually. He was at the gym, and he had said, he just walked by. He said, hey, 20 reps on everything, right? Now, because it was herniated disc, when my back gets fatigued, right, the disc starts slipping out of place, which sucks. So I don't really go high reps on squats at all, but I started moving up my rep ranges on every other quadricep exercise, and in a few weeks, like under a month, I noticed a difference. So what I want to say is, because there's so many people that struggle with developing the quadriceps. One dude actually came in to visit the gym. He was just here. I forgot why he was here. He was from out of state, and he was talking about his hamstrings. Not 580 barbell, different joint. And I told him, like, because he said he wanted to do men's physique. He had real good shape and all that, but I'm like, bro, your legs. Like, he was walking on sticks. I didn't want to embarrass him. I know he was with his lady, right? But she was laughing, man, because she knew I was right. He was trying to tell me, nah, they're pretty big and all. He told me his leg workout and all that. Because I asked him, like, hey, what do you do for legs? Like, tell me what your workout is. So I could try to give him some tips. I gave him some tips. He was nice about it, but I don't think he really, I could tell he didn't appreciate me calling his legs out, and I could tell he probably wasn't going to really listen. But he just said, yeah, my hamstrings are good. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at them. Like, he tried to tell me they were good. I'm telling you, they were terrible, man. But I tried to tell him, like, hey, the same thing I want to tell you guys. With the legs, like with the quadriceps, high reps, heavy weight, both, right? He's over here doing singles and all that, like maxing out on a squat, which he got himself up to 405. He's like in the 170s, but he has nice shape and all that, so I think he could do well in men's physique. But his legs were not where it's at. They just weren't, and he was, because I forgot how we got started about his legs, but. Yeah, they were trash. But for me, right, you guys probably noticed in the past, I don't do a lot of reps really for my leg workouts. When I first started hitting legs, I used to do so many different exercises, I think it didn't even matter because the volume was high. And then I got away from that, but they still grew because for me, legs are one of those genetic body parts that will already grow. But let me tell you, that's why I saw results so fast when I switched and started upping my rep rate. My legs they didn't have those details. Like Lee Haney keeps saying, people nowadays don't have that muscularity, those details and those fibers and all of that. Like, I didn't have that, right? And now they're starting to come in so rapidly, so fast, but they're starting to come in because of just the way that people train. And I was trying to explain to him that it's not just it's high reps and high weight. Same thing I gotta explain to everyone else. Like full stretch, full contraction, like go to the full range of motion and hit it. Like it's brutal. It's not just heavy weight or high reps. It's maybe I should only really realistically get 12 and I'm grinding out 20 reps, right? And so that's how it has to be for quadriceps or they won't grow. For the hamstrings, what I found works, they are the biceps femoris, leg biceps, they used to call them back in the day. Same thing with the biceps. Focus on the squeeze. Shout out to my boy Jeremy. Jeremy doing his thing from Texas. You know what I'm saying? Focus on the squeeze, right? Like Victor Martinez said, man. But check it out. The reason why, and also hip hinge movements, not all the muscles of the hamstrings cross the hip. That's why it's also important to do some curling movements. So even for those ladies out there, don't just focus on the hip hinging movements. You can have a nice shape backside, but if the hamstrings aren't developed, it looks kind of funny. That's all I'm saying. So make sure you're hitting the quadriceps and the hamstrings effectively, fellas. Same thing. Stop jerking the weight around. All right, stop jerking the weight around. Focus on the squeeze. All right. For hamstrings, I stay around 8 reps. Maybe go as high as 10, 12 if I feel like it, about 8 to 10. But focusing on the contraction and the squeeze, and that's for the curls, and of course for the stuff like deadlifts. I don't go higher than 8. If I'm going, I'll go up to 12, maybe 15 on the rope pull throughs. So, yeah. And here you guys are going to see me actually employ some of what I was talking about. But I'll let you guys watch. Thanks for listening to that long explanation. But when it comes to legs, you got to go for it, all right? Don't be lazy. Don't be trying to just set records. If you want them things to grow, you got to put in the work, all right? When you see me touching my legs, I'm just feeling where the muscles contracting to make a better connection, a better mind muscle connection. Really hit that squeeze and hone in on it. That way, when the weight comes down nice and slick, you're already going to see what y'all need to see. See, I thought I was going around, but I didn't. This actually is pretty great. What I learned was this particular machine was designed to improve people's verticals. However, so it's not really like a lever squat machine, even though that's pretty much what it is. But I like it for the same reason I like the lever squat machine I have at home. And it's the angle of the foot plate. And the same reason a lot of people like the pendulum squat pretty much. This really lets me hit the quadriceps because I have an issue with my shoulder and poor flexibility. Let's be honest. Because of like my lats are kind of tight. I need to do something about that. Front squats don't work for me too well. Plus, I'm so focused on the weight that I can't really hit the quads the way they need to be hit. This lets me really hit them repeatedly. Just bang, bang, bang. Right? Now, I try not to load my spine too much on one workout because of that issue that I have. And let me tell you, I did this and then I squatted and did these. And my back was screaming. So, yeah. But it feels good on the quads. This is another exercise that I was using. You'll probably notice that this is my first time using it in a video, so I didn't realize that. I didn't think about the fact that I would be so compromised if I didn't set it before I stopped the movement. So that's why you see me trying to crawl under there. But no, it felt great. If you have anything with a pad, foot plate like this, make use of it. And I worked my way up to a few plates. The next week I went up to maybe like 4 more plates. And then I do a drop set at the end just to, get it done. Crazy thing is, I'm getting ready to go to the gym as I'm making this. And I'm going to be recording a video while I'm there for you guys. Why is that crazy? Because I'm going to be reviewing a new product. Well, a reformulated product for you guys. And I also want to talk to you guys about a few things. I'm not going to do it in this video, but I'm excited. I'm excited about what's going on. I'm excited about new opportunities. I'm excited about everything. And honestly, can't wait to get that footage out because this is a little outdated. I'm about to actually record and get it up. The other video within a reasonable amount of time. And I'm glad that you guys are still with me on this journey. Once I finish the 21 reset video series, what I'll start to do is have other shorter videos, so you're not watching long videos all the time or having to come back and play them. But for those who are watching, getting that knowledge, getting that education, getting that or just following the journey, because these workouts are pretty much the whole workouts, right? I appreciate you. And thank you. And you'll see some more of my lifting attire, superhero shirts, writer wear shoes, right? So thanks. Yep. Man, I'm so tired. We're still in this pandemic, man, but we still getting it, right? What I want to tell you guys is exercise is important. Even if you're still obese, even if you're older, exercise has been shown to be one of the most protective things that you can do. Just exercise alone increases your odds of survival should you get the 1-9. So I need you guys to discipline yourselves and your spirits. Work on your nutrition, but do not forsake going to the gym. If you need to make something at home, go ahead and do that. Missy Truscott is probably one of the only pros that I've seen that has a decent setup, like that. I would say still active. That's pretty cool. I remember Power Tech hooked Lee Priest up. That to say, there's no if this is serious for you guys, you need to be prepared for it. If you're a competitor, the best of the best always have somewhere to go. Always make somewhere to go. If they're and make sure you're able to do that. Prioritize that. And if you or just excuse me, guys, but if you're just a regular guy and you just want to be in shape, do it for your health. Don't be scared of this ailment going around. Don't be so stuck on getting the vaccine that you forget that the vaccine only works with the framework that you give it. If your health and immune system is compromised due to bad habits, is going to be already less effective. So you can't depend on an outside source, right? If we learn anything, nothing works unless you work, right? Anything can happen. You can't be reliant on somebody else to fulfill your need. You can't be reliant on an outside medication, which is now failing. People who have the vaccine are getting sick. People who don't are getting sick. Look, you got to give yourself your best bet. I'm not saying get vaccinated. I'm not saying don't get vaccinated. I'm saying do what you need to protect yourself, and don't try to take any shortcuts, because when you shortcut, you shortchange yourself. All right. So even if you're vaccinated, realize it's not foolproof. Realize that you can only increase your chances by working on your nutrition, getting into the gym, working out. I believe the stat is still around 2% worldwide for COVID cases transmitted during the gym, right? Like at the gym, from the gyms, right? I know I done said the unforgivable word, but y'all know what the 19 is, all right? So I want y'all to all be safe. I want you guys to protect yourselves, protect your families, protect your neighbors, because that's what it's all about. And I want you guys to realize that you don't have to stop living just because something came your way. You gotta adapt. And part of the adaptation process is just changing the way you live. So how you gonna act? Because if you don't act right, you ain't gonna be able to interact. Right? I tried to see if I could do some calf raises on here. The platform's not really elevated enough for that. And I did not feel like acquiring a block for that. Yeah, I got the FUBUs on. Sometimes I wear the router wear, black and whites. But it depends on what car I brought to the gym and what I was doing as to why I'm wearing these, right? So sometimes I wear them based on what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll throw on the DMAC blocks. So yeah. So here we go. I'm finishing this up. I'm so tired in this video, right? I mean, I'm tired in real life. I'm tired in this video as well. Been running around. I gotta go train soon. Then train someone. It's been exciting.
Man, that's it. The legs. Hopefully it looked as hard as it felt. Probably didn't though. But that's about it. Funny thing, conversation we were talking about in brief, dieting and picking and all that. And it is funny because the more you diet and diet down, the easier it gets. But the more you realize things do change. And also, I am not parked in this space all the way. So whoever parked behind me, I apologize, because you're like right up on me and I left you no choice. I didn't realize I was parked like an idiot. But that's so true. The more you diet down, get lean, the easier it becomes in one regard. But the more you realize that it's not static. So what you did the first time, you cannot do the second time, right? And the third time, like some things will be the same, but you'll notice there are just changes, differences, things you have to alter or do differently, strategies you may have to revamp, revitalize. So I want you guys to just realize that, and to not be discouraged, and to be encouraged if it's your first time dieting for anything or cutting down, that you will one day have an easier time, as long as you, of course, diet down regularly. The more you diet down, the easier it becomes. And as long as you just take the time to learn your body along the way, pay attention to the subtle changes that will happen over the years in each dieting phase, and that's about it. All right. Again, check the description. If you guys want to do any training with me, there is a wonderful opportunity that I'm blessed to be able to present to you guys in the description via the app Kickoff. It is me. I'll be training, I'll be talking to you, and I'll be the one overseeing the plans and all of that. So yeah, pretty much, if you wanted to train with me or you're interested in training with somebody, cool. And the good thing about Kickoff is I'm not the only trainer there, so if we work together for a little bit and it's not working out, you can always switch to somebody else, right? And I have no problem with that, because everybody who knows who trains, one, we all pretty much have a network. If you're worth your money, you have a network already, people that you can refer people to. And there's been times where someone wanted to work with me and I said, hey, look, so-and-so will be better for you. They may not be at the gym that I go to, they may not even be in the vicinity, but sometimes you got to have that network just to get people the results. That's what it's all about, getting people the best results that they can get, and not just trying to get people's money. So if you're one of those people training people, just trying to rip people off and get their money, not knowing what you're doing, you may want to rethink your strategy, because one thing is for certain: you reap what you sow. If you sow to the wind, you'll reap the whirlwind, right? So if you sow to corruption, you'll reap corruption, right? And we saw that with what's her name, Dawn something Dawn, whatever her name is. She went from trying to rip people off with plans. Brittany Dawn rip people off with plans. Now she's trying to rip them off with the word of God. So you know that ain't gonna work out, right? So don't be that person. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you later. How you gonna act?